Will they stay or will they go? That is a question for struggling residents at San Francisco's city-run safe RV parking site at Candlestick Point. Everyone is being moved out, but last week some of the park's residents had been told they could stay on site until they are able to move into more permanent city housing. Today they're getting a different story, being told they have to get out now. NBC Bay Area's Sergio Quintana tried to sort through the confusion that has some wondering where they'll live tonight.
At the city-run Bayview RV park, it's moving day. But Aaron Wilson is one of a handful of residents here who had expected to stay just a little bit longer. But today he says the city isn't keeping its word, and he's now been told to get out by 5 p.m. He was handed this letter from the Bayview Hunters Point Foundation offering him a shelter bed tonight.
Big room, 50 cots, not mattresses, with drug addicts and other sorts of miscreants that come in, flop down, and then pick their stuff up and go out and get high again. This is what it is.
Is that something that you're willing to take?
Absolutely not. I have my dignity.
On Friday, NBC Bay Area was among those who reported that some residents would be allowed to stay at the RV site as long as they had accepted an offer of housing, and that housing was not available for them to move into yet. Today, just after noon, a City Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing spokesperson reconfirmed that promise with a lengthy statement that reads in part, "For guests who have accepted housing offers but the housing placement is still pending, they will be able to stay on site for a short period of time until they move into their housing." The spokesperson's statement even confirmed 33 people are still at the RV park, 11 of which have agreed to accept the city's offer of housing. Aaron Wilson says he's been told he'll be headed to the Granada and the Tenderloin. But as you can see, that Granada site is still undergoing renovations. Then this afternoon, we got a confusing updated statement from the Homelessness and Supportive Housing spokesperson saying all guests will be leaving the site today, March 3rd. All guests will have the option to transfer to a shelter program. Wilson says the whole situation and the conflicting information has left him confused and frustrated. Because of the conflicting information, he tells me that he's come up with an emergency plan to have his RV towed out of the park if he's ordered to leave by today. He says the new offer to move into a shelter in Soma is not an option because he has pets and he doesn't know what would happen to his RV. So he's spending the day trying to figure out what happens if they follow through with plans to try to force him out and cut the power at the site.
All these different sorts of things that you take for granted when you have the electricity, but when you don't, it's going to be no heat, no electrical for the functions for charging up the cell phone, and all that stuff's gone. That's what they're doing to us.
In San Francisco, Sergio Quintana, NBC Bay Area News.